Greetings, mortals, and welcome. Please present your tickets for validation. Thank you. Your existence has been acknowledged, and you have been granted access every Thursday and Friday. You will be accompanying your guides, Krista and Brandy, along with a world-renowned guest. They will be exploring an intriguing tendril of what humans refer to as reality each week, as they strive to advance you further down the path to the truths of your physical earth and what lies on the other side. Remember to please keep your hands and feet in the vehicle at all times, and do not exit until the craft has come to a complete stop.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys.
I hope that was the right
Hey.
Good enough. I mean, I think that's the right one.
I hope so, because that's the only one that says opening, so that's what I went with.
I know. But guess what? It's the Paranormal Show and Tell times 2 tonight. Didn't know
It's the
that.
sequel. The return.
The sequel. It's the sequel.
The unscripted version.
Right?
Wait,
It is
last night
absolutely.
was scripted?
Well, I mean, we had an idea of what we're talking about then.
Are you sure?
Exactly. And just to talk about last night a little bit, I even was talking to Donny about that. I mean, that whole story it made me mad. It just makes me like mad. Oh,
Well, that was weird.
Uh-oh. Is there ghosts? Is there paranormal activity right now?
my bathroom light just came on.
Uh-oh.
Folks, it's happening live, folks.
Oh,
It's
wow.
my daughter.
It's happening. Oh,
It's my
never
daughter.
mind.
Oh,
Oh, boo.
it's
Oh,
my
come
daughter. She's like,
on.
I'm in the
Oh,
bathroom in
man.
here. I'm like, okay, great.
Tell her to not
Because
get us excited like that.
I call that a paranormal tease.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
it was because I was like, what is going on?
No, it
because I
would've
can see it through the mirror on my dresser, and I'm seeing the light. I was like, what's going on?
Would have been funny
Whew.
if she would have threw something past you. That would have been pretty cool.
I know, or something, but I would have seen her do that.
Yeah.
But
No one else would
see,
have.
because I can't see where you come through the bedroom door and into my bathroom. I can't see that part because I'm in the office. All I could see is the light coming on through the mirror on the dresser in the bedroom. I was like, wait, okay, we're safe.
Huh?
Woo, we're safe. We're
Whoa.
safe.
Well, we were safe to start with. Maybe not you so much, but we were safe.
I know. Well, anyway, we were supposed to have Christopher Garetano on tonight, but unfortunately, he is in the state of Florida. He was saying that he was in and out of power, and that if he could possibly do it, he would have to do it with his phone. So I'm assuming that he is having lots of problems today, along with most of the state of Florida. So our thoughts and prayers are with him, his family, everybody else in the state of Florida. I don't even know what to say about that hurricane. I'm seeing only little clips of what it looks like today, but I'm not seeing much. I don't know about anybody else, but it's the same clips that I'm seeing over and over and over. I'm not seeing anything new.
Much at all.
No.
No.
So I don't know if we're like the news crews are not allowed in because of the devastation so bad, or I have no idea. I have no idea right now. It's kind of like it happened, it made landfall, and then nothing.
I did see a headline of the Weather Channel guy got hit by debris.
That was
but I didn't
Anderson
see the
Cooper,
video.
actually.
Do what?
That was Anderson Cooper, actually.
Oh, Anderson Cooper,
Anderson
yeah,
Cooper.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of one of his reports. He's like, ooh, let's go inside.
Has anybody heard anything about a death toll or anything at
There's
this
only
point?
They only attributed when I was on the way home today on the radio, the 5 o'clock hour. they had only attributed, I think it was 4 deaths to it at this time right
That's
now.
amazing.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
not.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
But they're
that's-
also saying that even though there's devastation and stuff, and it could have been a lot worse because of how fast it went over the peninsula. You know, it didn't have time to dump the rain that they thought it was going to dump.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
still
Yeah.
dumped 19 inches. So
Yeah,
That's
I heard
enough.
there was
Yeah.
what I want to say 40 tornadoes. That seems an
yeah,
awful lot.
at least 2 dozen is what I was what I heard on
Yeah.
the way home.
I knew it was around
Yeah.
20 something. I was
Yeah.
watching the live coverage of that yesterday afternoon. And that's what prompted the whole thing on, the Paranormal Show and Tell last night, is because it
Yeah.
had all those tornado warnings and everything going through Port St. Lucie, which
Yeah.
was where the area that we were discussing last night. And that's why I kept hoping that it would knock down the devil tree.
Yeah.
I got
in
money
Port
says
St.
it didn't.
Lucie.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything good happened, that tree went down. I was hoping for that.
Yeah.
Don't know. We're just gonna have to wait till somebody goes over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe does something to see if that took it out or something. I'm hoping it did.
I would doubt it. I mean, if that thing can survive chains,
I have a
fire or
feeling it's
whatever.
still standing.
It's standing and laughing.
it's standing. Yeah.
Yeah, and going ha ha ha. I'm gonna be here for another 150 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, there we go.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Werewolf
But
said it
anyway,
right there.
10
The
fatalities and 4 from tornadoes. Yeah.
yeah, because those tornadoes, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
yeah, because they were talking about that they hadn't seen a storm like this in 100 years.
Yeah.
So just the way it was reacting and how many tornadoes and things like that. I was watching. I don't call them a podcast group. I call them a weather channel on YouTube, and all they do is they do severe weather, and they're on from the moment it begins to the moment it ends. And they were on yesterday. They weren't supposed to come on until 3. They started at like 11 a.m. with the tornadoes, and they were going all the way through till the wee early hours of this morning. And you could tell because the guy had lost his voice and he's squeaking it out. He's trying his best. I mean, but his crew is pretty good. His crew's, that crew is something else. So I'm pretty sure he's sleeping for about the next 24 hours.
As much as I like being around like strange weather occurrences, I don't know that I would ever go into a hurricane like they do. I mean, I'm sure they get paid really good money to do it, but that's crazy stuff. I don't know that I would want to venture into that.
I got one for you for this hurricane. You know that this hurricane is quote unquote haunted, right? Did you hear about this?
No. All right, tell us.
This hurricane, the hurricane planes, that fly into them, they got around the eye of the hurricane.
Yeah.
They dropped the ashes of a meteorologist who passed away, and it was his wishes to be dropped into one of the hurricanes. They dropped his ashes into the hurricane to be dispersed throughout Florida.
Oh man, that's pretty awesome.
I heard that this morning, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
So not only are you breathing in other debris,
Yeah.
now you're breathing in human remains.
Man, that must take cojones of steel to drive a plane up into that eye like that.
Oh, they do that all the time. They do that all
Or
the time.
Don't they
did-
fly
or did
over
they?
it and
Yeah, they
then
do.
Yeah.
Or did
They
they?
fly.
I mean,
Oh, they
you
go
get
from the
some-
top. Oh.
Yeah.
you get some good winds going. All you'd have to do
Yeah.
is go up on your roof and just open the
Yeah,
and let her
suck it
go,
right
you
up.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there it goes. Yeah, but yeah, I heard that on the way into work this morning. I was like, "That's actually pretty cool." He passed away, I guess, about a month and a half ago, maybe. Or he's an older meteorologist that worked at the National Weather Service, and he was cremated, and they held his ashes until the next hurricane came through. They didn't get him to Helene, but they were able to get him to this one.
To Milton. Oh
Yeah.
God. Like I said, so not only are you breathing in debris from buildings and what have you, you're now breathing in human remains. Awesome.
Yeah. So everybody in Florida, in that wake, in that 100-mile path, you are keeping a man's dream alive.
I know. Can you imagine being dropped? If they dropped him near like the Tampa, Sarasota area, I mean, could some of the remains have been like dispersed all the way to the other side of the state.
Oh, I'm sure.
I would assume
Out
that
to the
they
Atlantic.
stayed up in the actual
Yeah.
clouds until
Mhm.
they worked. It had to take a while for them to work down. I would thought, but
You
that
would,
doesn't mean
yeah, you
But,
would think that.
you only talk
Let me
about this much.
lem-
That so by the time it got to the ground, there's no telling how much per million you're really looking at. So,
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this question, okay? Let's say one day there was a hurricane that was coming and it was actually named, it had your name on it. Would you want that hurricane to be less destructive or more destructive?
I would say less.
I just leave me as a tropical depression. Just leave
You
me
want to
right
just
there.
say tropical depression brandy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I just want to be annoying. You know what I mean? I don't
She's
want to be destructive. I just want to be annoying. I want to drop some rain. Take away the sunshine a little bit.
Oh, Brandy just came in and she just came in, said hi for a bit, and just left.
That's right.
That was it.
That's
She came in for a
I want
spot
to
of
pop in and
tea,
say hi.
pop right back out.
I want to
What about you,
complain a
Randy?
little bit and then leave.
What if one day, there's a report and there's like Hurricane Randy barreling into Florida? What would you think?
That just sounds
heck
destructive.
yeah. I say heck yeah because I can't say what I want to say.
Yeah, because that sounds destructive. Hurricane Randy. It just sounds destructive.
Everybody knows how short I am. I will leave a trail of bloody kneecaps everywhere I go to.
Yeah.
See, now Hurricane Paul.
We've already had one of them.
Yeah, but
Did we already have a Hurricane Paul?
Yeah, I think it was back in '89 time frame, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, because it just kind of came in, he complained a little bit, and left. That was it.
I don't remember a lot of them. I remember David and Alice, and those from the Gulf in the '80s. But of course, everybody remembers.
I think you guys already know the answer. My answer to that question. I think you guys can already guess.
Typhoon Donny.
I would want Hurricane Donny to bring the wrath of God. I would want to bring as much destruction and mayhem as possible.
Wait. Time out. First of all, you wouldn't be named a hurricane. You'd be a typhoon. Okay.
Oh man, Randy, you had to go there. He had to. He went.
You would bring the Asian carp with you, right?
Yes.
Yes. And take the Asian carp with you. Take them back to Asia where they belong. All right.
Yeah.
So
Asian carp are the Donny Cho of fish. We've already established that.
You bring the Asian carp with you.
So in the Atlantic, we still have Nadine, Oscar, Patty, Raphael, Sarah, Tara,
to be named, right?
Valerie, and William. Those are all hurricanes that are named so far.
That's what.
No Hurricane Donny.
No Hurricane Donny.
We're already past the D's.
I'm waiting. Yeah. Oh, it goes alphabetical?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
They have Pacific Hurricane and Atlantic Hurricanes, all pre-done by NOAA every year.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Noah would be the one to do it. I mean, that guy's like the king of all storms. I mean, that guy was on an ark and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone knows floods, it's that guy. Am I right?
I sat there and I saw a meme earlier this week. It had a picture of the ark landing, and stuff.
Yeah.
And you got Noah walking out, and then just one big fat lion comes out. He says, kind of a rough ride, but the buffet was exceptional.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention something really quick. We are on all channels where podcasts can be heard, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And some people get confused at the point when we start talking to other people and we're talking into chat. So I just want to let everybody know that's listening on other podcast places such as Spreaker and, other places like that. Hey, come on over to YouTube and watch the chat because sometimes it's just as entertaining as the show.
A lot of hilarity ensues in the chat. Yes. That is for sure.
Yes, that is very true.
Right, come participate. Come participate. Because what I had to say is Ace had said to Donny, don't worry, Donny, you're going to have to wait till next year.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, there was a Hurricane Don last year.
Was there a Hurricane Don?
Uh-huh. A tropical storm.
There you go.
Oh,
I can't. That doesn't. The Don. No, No.
Well, my
gotta be
name's not
It's gotta
Don,
be
it's
Donnie.
Donnie. Yeah,
No,
like
yeah.
That's
that's
what I'm
what it says
saying.
on my
Don,
birth
the Don.
certificate, Donnie.
Yeah, it's got to be
I'm not a
Donnie.
Don. Yeah.
So,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm
No, you're
Jason
not a
sometimes
Don. You're a
calls me
Donnie.
Donald. I really don't like that. I'm like, that's not my name, dude.
Yeah.
My name is
Well, I'm
Donnie.
the same way. People say Randall and
It
Randolph and all
doesn't
that other
fit
stuff.
you.
I'm Randy.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit you.
No.
It's got to be Donnie, the Donnie.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Well, anyway, Paul was going to tell us a story about what happened to him this morning, and he started in.
Well,
I'm like, oh
yeah.
no, wait for the show,
Yeah.
because I want to hear this story. What happened to you this morning, Paul?
Okay, so I'm in the shower using my.
Oh no!
So we have glass doors on the shower. So
All right.
I have my phone sitting on the sink. So I looked over and it lit up, like I got a text or a message or something. So I kind of leaned closer to see what it was, and all of a sudden, I actually have a picture of this. I don't have this on video when it happened, obviously, because I was in the shower. All of a sudden, one of those containers of floss flew off the counter and into the sink. Now,
was it on a shelf or in a cabinet or?
I will put this picture on here.
Make sure this is safe for work environments, okay?
Oh yes, it's
you being in a shower and everything. We don't know about all this stuff, so
it's a picture of my sink after I got out of the shower.
PG-13.
You better not be flexing into photos, Paul.
yeah.
I don't
Right. Don't be flexing.
The mirror was completely cut out.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I didn't. No, I'm kidding. Hang on. So it's going to take me a second. So we have a like a light speaker in the shower. I did have music going, but it was in the shower, on the ceiling in the shower, and the sink was at least 10 feet away. So that couldn't have happened.
Yeah, it couldn't have vibrated it.
I called my wife up and I asked her if any trucks drove by the house. She said no, because she works in the front of the house, and there's a window right there. Nothing came down the street. After I got dressed and everything, I was jumping on the floor in front of the sink and nothing moved. So I tried my best to debunk this, and I could not.
Right, to make but I mean, you've always got to check to see if any type of vibration would make it happen.
Right. And as far as I know, nothing drove down the street. Nothing. So there's a major street behind our house. Nothing that I know of drove down the street. And even if like a dump truck or something would have, it doesn't usually shake the house like that.
Yeah.
Unless we had an earthquake. But then again, why would it move? Okay. So you see the floss in the sink.
Yes.
It was up by that black hair tie that my wife had.
Yeah.
It was
up
that
there.
far back.
It was up there, and that's her medicine stuff, and I crossed that out so nobody sees that.
That's cool.
So it was on that hair clip, and I saw it just fall off, and I'm like, what the,
I'm about to say that doesn't just fall off. That's that you
no,
had to go
that's
a couple
not
of
even
inches.
close.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's not even teetering on the edge. That's way back there.
And I even put it on the medicine labels, and that's when I was trying to jump up and down and try and get it to move, and it wouldn't move. And I left it there. When my wife came up, I asked her, when was the last time you used this? And she said, maybe a week ago. And I said, where was it? And she said, and she pointed to where that hair tie was. So.
Okay. So it was sitting by the hair tie, on the hair tie, or was it sitting on those papers?
It was sitting on that circle hair tie, that black circle hair tie.
Yeah. So like Chad said, it had to come up and over some stuff right there to get to it anyway.
Yeah.
Right next to that, whatever that gold bracelet thing is that she has. I don't know what that is.
Still, you're talking about going across other pieces of paper.
Yeah.
And
nothing else moved.
Yeah, nothing else moved.
Nothing else fell in the sink. And I would think that if a truck had driven by and vibrated the house in the room, other things would have fallen, right?
Yeah, your icy hot there would have been on its side.
Yeah.
I don't know what the other
You
stuff
would have
is.
had something else in the sink.
Yeah, I would think those papers would have fallen into the sink. And I
Yeah,
apologize
something.
for my wife would kill me if she knew that I put that on the air with a dirty sink. Sorry.
Hey, you
Not
live
like we
there.
Don't judge. But
Right.
but yeah, I saw that and I'm like, holy crap, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, because like everybody was saying, even in chat, that thing would have had to actually lift up, and there's no way that it could have vibrated there because something else would have went first,
or it could have tumbled.
Wait,
somehow.
Paul, is that the only? Have you had other activity going on in your house other than that, or?
So, did I tell you guys about Friday night? What happened?
No.
So
No.
Friday night, those
somebody's playing stuff close to the vest here. I don't get this.
No.
Mhm.
So Friday night we had every Christmas Eve we have my cousins over, so it's my dad's side of the family come over, and my dad's not around, my mom's not around. We have them come over and we draw names for Christmas, Secret Santa for Christmas Eve. Yep. And we were all kind of standing in the kitchen. All my cousins, my aunt and uncle, one of my aunts wasn't feeling good. She didn't show up. My uncle wasn't feeling good, so he didn't show up. So it was just the cousins. None of my dad's siblings were there.
Mm-hmm.
So those rubber stoppers that you put in the sink to keep the water from draining?
Yeah.
Yes.
I had it on the back of the sink on the ledge by where the faucet goes. And I wish I had a picture of this, but I don't. So the circle thing was about that round, and it was sitting completely on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, we're standing there talking. All of a sudden, that falls in the sink. And again, I put it back up there. We all kind of looked at each other like, well, that was weird. I put it back up there. I'm pounding on the sink. I'm jumping on the floor. Nothing happened.
And there's no airflow across there at all that you know of?
No airflow. Nope. So there's no vent in the kitchen at all for airflow. No.
Yeah.
And if there is, it's on the floor. The return is in the other room up on the ceiling.
Okay.
And that's nowhere near that.
That's wild. That's wild.
There's the sink kind of lays flat, and then there's a wall, and then there's a ledge that goes into the family room, and then the return is kind of off to the right, up on the ceiling a little bit.
Yeah.
So
you just have things flying around.
Apparently.
At least things associated with sinks, anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe it's you. Maybe you're the one with telekinetic. They say poltergeist activity is sometimes caused by the living agent with psychokinesis. What were you thinking about at the moment, like when you were in the shower? Were you thinking about anything in particular?
Can't really say that on TV.
Oh, okay. Tell us backstage.
No. I
really don't need to know.
Yeah, I was probably singing to whatever song was on.
Do you remember what song was playing?
Not a clue.
Was it a particularly good song?
It was on my playlist, so yeah, I think so.
Oh,
so it's got to be a good song if it's on his playlist.
Let me look. I could probably.
Because I'm thinking, okay, where was the last place you were at? Brumley, right?
Brumley, yeah.
The Brumley Castle house.
How long ago was that?
Friday the 13th of September.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I don't want to be going out to no haunted location and bringing something back to my house.
Yeah,
that's not cool.
I'm not going to say anything, Paul. I'm not going to say anything at all. But you have been ghost hunting a lot lately.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have something that is kind of playing with you.
That's the first thing I thought of. And when my wife came up and I was explaining all this to her, the look on her eye was, "You are dead, dude. Because she
Right.
specifically tells me not to bring anything home. I'm like, okay. So
Oh yeah, okay. Like honestly, we don't have the power to 100% guarantee that nothing will come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can take all the proper precautions, but
Do you
there's
do
always
like
that
do you have
one.
a set like precautionary protection thing you do? Oh, someone came in.
Oh yeah, I say prayers and stuff, and I have rosaries with me, and I think I even had sage with me.
So you know that it is a precaution. We take the proper channels, we do the proper things, but that does not mean we're always going to be 100% unaffected.
Right. So yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
that sounds
Tex.
weird.
What's
Hey,
up?
Tex.
Hey, thought I'd crash.
He thought he'd pop on for a second.
Crash the party again.
Yeah.
Hey.
Now this time you're at the beginning of the show, Tex.
Yes. Well, and the funny thing is I said, hey, this is like Paranormal Show and Tell ×2.
Yeah, it's just honestly, it's just a continuation from last night, really.
Yeah, it's a repeat.
Yeah, we literally just took a 12-hour break and resumed our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we're actually almost in the same order on the screen.
Yeah, I think we are.
Probably, yeah.
We just took a pause to sleep and go to work. That's all we did. And then here we are. Maybe for Tex, not in that order, but hey.
Work, go to sleep, do a show, not work, do a show, go to sleep, do a show, go to work.
Rinse and repeat.
That's our lives. That is everybody's.
It is kind of our lives. Remember last night we were talking backstage, and I think I was like, "Have you guys noticed this has kind of replaced our social lives?"
What do you mean?
Because
I talk to you guys more than I talk to my actual friends nowadays.
Wait a minute, actual friends.
My non-paranormal friends.
No. You done stepped in it now.
My
actual
normie friends. Yeah.
So see, we're not actual
friends. Yeah,
actual friends.
Well, all of my actual friends, they look like me.
Oh my gosh!
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys.
And this is why you're a typhoon and not a hurricane.
What he means by
that's why I'm a typhoon.
What he means by his actual friends is the one that are close to him, that live close.
I know. I get what he's saying.
Yeah,
I get what he's saying.
Good cover, Brandy.
What I don't understand is how come it's always got to be a white thing.
I think he doesn't hold us in high regards, does he?
I'm gonna just sit back on that one.
Well, you do realize we do have the American Donny with us tonight.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have the Asian Randy with us tonight.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is, just the other day, Asian Randy. I just saw that.
And the American Donny.
American Donny, Asian Randy. Just the other day, we were talking about how we were twin brothers and stuff, and now we're not even actual friends.
Oh, Tex feels disowned. I'm sorry, my twin.
Well, honestly, if you want to know the truth, Tex and Paul, you're kind of out on this. Because we have the Asian Randy, check it out, Asian Randy, American Donny, and then we have Swiss Miss over here. So you two have to change your names.
I just changed mine. Male Brandy.
Ooh, there you go.
Swiss Miss. So you guys got to think of something to do with some kind of country.
I think you take Tex and turn him into Jason.
Well, here you go. Hang on. I'll fix it.
You are oh my gosh, I can't think of that name. What is that name? Ranger X calls you that name.
Doofus?
No, it's something. Isn't it like Aloysius something?
Yeah, Aloysius Skunk Tussle.
Yeah, Skunk Tussle. That's his name. Aloysius Skunk Tussle. That's what it was. I'm like, okay, there it is.
Oh my God.
All right.
I mean, you guys, the whole origin of the whole Tex and Donny thing stems back to Alabama. For people listening at home and in the chat, there's a backstory to this, okay? So when we first met up at the Alabama convention, we all arrived separately. I got off at the airport, get a lift over to the hotel.
Right.
Go to this country style local Alabamian buffet. This is my first time in the state, and I'm feeling weird.
The home cooking restaurant. Home cooked.
Yeah, yeah, it was like a home cooked buffet. It was really good food, by the way. Some of the best shepherd's pie I had in my
that
life.
place across from the hotel we went to?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I walk in all nervous because in this buffet, it's all like, let's just say, localish looking people, and I am not. So I walk in there looking like I'm sticking out like a sore thumb. I've got this giant oversized backpack on. I'm by myself. And then you have all these locals all lined up. I just hop in there. You know, some people are giving me like, oh, that's a different looking fella here. And I get my food. I sit down and Tex walks in. Now, Tex looks like, you know, nobody bats an eye at him. He kind of looks like, oh, they're used to the sight of him, right? But, you know, Tex is a bigger guy. He just comes. He's like, oh, I'm here to meet my friend, right? And then he walks past the buffet. First of all, everyone's like, look at Tex. Why is that man? Because Tex had already eaten. He's not even hungry. But he just walks past the buffet like he's not even interested. So that gets people's eye. And then he stands in the middle of the buffet looking around.
Is that a fat joke? Is that a fat
I think
joke?
it was. I think it was under.
No, but then he's like looking around like, where is he? And then I stand up out of my booth and I'm like, Tex. And then we both like hug each other in the middle of the buffet, and everyone at the tables are all looking around like they're like, I wasn't expecting that at all. And then we sit down and we start chumming it up. But then the rest of the time I can notice other people at the tables are like, what? And I just wanted to yell at them, yeah, we're brothers. Can't you see the resemblance?
Yeah,
Step
that
right.
wouldn't have gone over well.
Yeah.
We should have kissed.
Yeah, we should have. We should have held hands when we walked
over
out.
better.
Yeah.
Skip.
Across the table, stroking each other's
Yeah.
hands.
That may have been bad. That may have been bad.
Ask for a candle to put in the middle of the table.
Right? Right?
Yeah. Only thing you miss is having
Lord.
the owner come out and go, you go now.
No, you know what we should have done in the middle of the buffet? I should have sat on your lap and we should have taken a selfie
Yeah.
God.
and make everyone just watch. And everyone just like all like
That
slack
being
jaw, like-
said, Donnie,
We'd have
the
probably
year
got
before-
shot in that restaurant.
Yeah.
The year
Yeah.
before at the Crest, he did take a selfie with a couple of people that were that he danced with. I mean, he danced with them and everything, and
Mhm.
it was quite hilarious. It was funny, and we had a blast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Texas is always a good time, especially, you know, when we all
Well, the owners
you-
of the Crest weren't the normal our normal fans. Let's put it that way.
No,
no.
no, no. Actually, the one of them didn't even want to believe that place was haunted.
Nope.
Hmm.
But the other one, because there's two of them, one said, no, it's not haunted. The other one goes, yes, it is.
Yeah.
So, you know, you had that whole battle going on between those two. And then everything that had happened while we were there just kind of proved it to them that, yeah, there's something going on. Don't know what is there, but there is something, you know, just for a one night investigation proved a lot in that place.
Yeah.
Oh, Mickey G. I think this is an every show thing now. She keeps dropping these. I should go to the Ray County. Texas should go to the Ray County. Texas should go to the Ray County.
Hey,
Right?
Tex, you might want to go to Ray County.
You should go to Ray County, Tex.
And I'm going to. I just can't go this month.
Why not?
No, because he's going to Jefferson. He's got that
But that's the
other
week
conference
before.
he's going to, Jefferson,
Weekend before.
Texas. Yeah. I mean, you can't, so, you know, as much as we'd like to go and do these things, doing them back to back will wear you out quick.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It will.
Well, the thing about it is the reason I can't go to Ray County is I've already got a previous commitment,
Hmm.
prior commitment.
All right.
There you go.
But we definitely do one of these days have to do an investigation where it's just like us,
Mm-hmm.
like with Rob and Jason and Monica and Krista, like just the
Well, if
gang.
you want to do an
Donnie?
investigation,
And we
don't
film
bring
it?
Jason.
We said Jason is not allowed.
Oh no, don't worry. I counterbalance his energy, so don't worry. There'll be stuff happening.
He won't come.
No.
I'm
No.
his like
He literally won't
anti.
No, I watched you both when you were at Brown Springs, and you cannot counterbalance Jason's energy. You can't. He is a repellent. You can't even walk next to him.
Did you see the
Can't even be
footage?
in a half
Did you
mile
see
presence.
the footage of us at Brown Springs when I was yelling in Korean?
Yes.
And did you not see the trees shaking as I started yelling? But prior to that, there was no trees shaking.
There was no shaking.
There was no shaking.
Were you yelling Ajima? Ajima?
No, I was just saying in Korean. I was like, "Hello, Bigfoot, we're here." Because my theory was that people always say that it's, they always hear samurai chatter. But what if the reason why people call it samurai chatters is because they're actually speaking in an Asian language, and maybe the people who hear it as samurai chatter because they don't know those Asian languages, they call it samurai chatter. So then my theory was, what if I actually said something in Korean? Would Bigfoot understand what I was saying? So Jason filmed it, and we were at Brown Springs, and I started yelling really loudly in Korean, and just then, like, people in the chat were watching live. When we premiered it on the show, like they noticed the tree started shaking. Like, it was obviously the wind, but prior to that, all the clips and right before I even said anything in Korean, there was no wind at all. The trees were like not moving. Everything was still.
Well, I mean, you could have ran across something paranormal.
Yeah. I would say not Bigfoot, but I'm saying something else maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Possibly. Brown Springs is tricky like that. Just when you think you're dealing with one thing, you got another.
Yeah. And maybe it was like maybe whatever was causing that wind to shake the trees. Maybe it was like, oh, I actually understand this guy. I actually understand what you're saying.
Donnie, can you walk in the wind in the treetops?
Oh, that's a Crouching Tiger reference. I get it. Okay.
Anyway, you aired that. You and Jason did that on Jason McLean Questions Everything, correct?
No, that was actually on my show.
Was it on your show?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a fun time. Brown Springs is a cool place.
Yeah.
It's definitely different for sure.
Yeah, you haven't been there at night.
No, you can tell even during the day. I was like, yo, if I was here at night, this place would be mad creepy. You could tell that place. I was there at noon in the middle of the summer on a sunny day. And even I could tell, man, this place must get so creepy at night. And then Jason was just like, man, you have no idea.
Yeah.
We need to get everybody together at some point
to do an investigation. Yeah, we should film it.
Not necessarily an investigation, but just everybody together.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that for the longest time. We should do that.
It is true. It is true. What Tex is saying is true. You get us together around a campfire or just somewhere away from, normal stuff, people, hotels, get us away from anything. Mm-hmm. And you should hear the conversations that come up.
Yeah.
It's like, next time I'm going to start recording them.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well,
no.
Not Texas conversations, but the things we talk about out there are some of the best things that anybody could hear on a podcast because of all the different opinions and everything that come up during these conversations. And everybody,
you're talking about field related. Then you're not talking about actual conversation.
Randy, I'm not talking about your conversations. I'm talking about as a group conversations.
Like in life in general conversations.
I've been in a few of these groups that we really should not put that out anywhere, honestly.
I know. See, and this is why Randy just we have to leave him at home. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm sick of being used as bait.
Wow.
But you're right. And Randy, we've had this conversation.
Right.
And I think that's one thing that really, and I talk about this a lot. In fact, I talked about it on Coast to Coast, that what makes our group, one of the things that makes our group special is that we all don't believe the same thing about all this activity and everything. We don't have all the same, and the conversations that stem from that we can have without, getting heated and egos getting in the way and everything. All of us are willing to go, well, okay, I'll consider this, but you consider this too,
Mhm.
and where all that leads and everything with everybody's different perspectives is a very, very interesting conversation.
Mhm.
But the problem is, if we record it, and as much as we want to record it, somebody would have to punch record without us knowing it.
Right.
Or we would just have to like really edit it. We would have to edit the crap out of it. Yeah, super
I'm
editing
glad to listen
time.
to it 90 times. I already
Yeah.
All we need,
You don't have to edit it. Just put it on your channel, Randy. I mean, Donnie. Damn it.
Yeah, that's true.
All we need
No,
is
you
the
gotta.
blink button. Just the
You
blink
would have
button.
to. You would have to study the footage carefully, the audio, and like you're listening for EVPs, but even worse because you're just listening for like, controversial things popping out every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to really edit it.
On them.
Or yeah, like Paul said, we could just put it on my show and just have a free for all. Yeah.
It's usually one of those jokes that we can't tell on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Well,
and you know what?
To watch out for.
It's not just that though. It's honestly because we credit ourselves we tout ourselves as being no drama llamas, because we won't talk about all the stuff going on here, in front of, because that's not what honestly, that's not what my channel's built on. It's not what any of y'all's channels are built on. And I don't think people are here to listen to that crap.
No.
Okay.
No.
100%.
So,
no.
but now behind the scenes,
we're like a knitting circle. We're worse than a knitting circle.
Gossip Girl's got nothing.
Yeah, we're like
that's when we have our opinions on that stuff, and it would drag us into drama that we don't want.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Not really.
Yeah.
I don't think it would. I think you could put it out there, and we still other people might be saying, "Why do they believe like that? Why are you letting him talk to you like that?" Except because I'm going to talk to him like this later on. Watch.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you, Mickey.
I mean, we all poke fun at each other, and and it's all in good fun.
Mickey.
We do poke fun, but I mean,
well, CJ's been out in the field with us. She knows what goes on.
Yes, CJ also said controversial things. What controversial things? Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
She's been there. She knows exactly what we're talking about. But that just reminds me of a time where, okay, CJ was there. There was a few of us there. We're all sitting around a campfire. We're talking. Next thing we hear this howl, this deep guttural howl. And everybody turns and looks at each other and said, "What was that?"
And imagine if you'd have had the recorder going.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, hindsight's 20/20. I mean, I get it. And you think we would have learned because it happened again the next night. You think we would have learned, but we didn't.
No, of course not.
Jason Finch quoting me. Keep a civil tongue and everything will go as smooth as a fine whiskey.
That's right.
Someone's paying attention.
Means they've been listening for a while.
And Crystal J, and just so y'all know out there, we call Crystal J, we call her CJ. CJ says, "Yeah, that was exciting."
Yeah, I mean, and that was just sitting around a campfire, being us, talking about whatever, and things were happening. Well, okay, so this brings me back. Let's go back to the hurricane thing. Now, with that type of energy, that just spun across pretty much the whole state. And now you're talking about water as being a conductor, blah, blah, blah. What do you think about if all these haunted locations in Florida, like,
Oh my God.
You know what
Oh my
time that means.
God.
Hang on. Here we
Uh-oh.
go.
Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Oh wait.
Okay,
I
hold on.
I got it.
Wait.
I got it.
You know, Donny Cho, meme of the week.
Okay.
Why was I the
I've-
one not muted?
I've
Hey, guys,
prepared a meme real quick for you guys
Paranormal
today.
show
This is
tell.
this is a
Times
good
two.
one.
Yeah.
I forgot about this one actually, but then I rediscovered it and I was like, oh, I remember this one. Pizza exorcism, removing blasphemy, one pineapple piece at a time.
Thank you. I enjoy that one. Perfect. Perfect.
Removing
Perfect.
blasphemy.
No.
And those are priests up there, and they're cleansing it. They're purifying the pizza. They're
Problem
taking
is they
the
can't get it
sin
off.
and the corruption off of it.
They need to wash it after then with holy water
Yeah.
because it's already been defiled.
That's defiled. People who put like pineapple on their pizza, you're defiling your
It's
pizza.
sacrilegious.
That's sacrilegious.
You don't
Yes.
believe that? Ask Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. And if you disagree, guess what? I'm from New Jersey, and New York, New Jersey, that's the home of like all the best pizza. So that means my opinion is better than yours. So yes, pineapple is blasphemy.
Yeah, I do not put pineapple on pizza.
Blasphemous.
I am so sorry. I can't.
It is.
And it's just like I can't put anchovies either. I'm just saying.
It's an
I can't do
affront.
it.
Little Patty, I'm with you. I love pineapple.
It's an affront to flavor and cuisine.
No.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know.
How dare you corrupt your food like that?
If it has pizza in the name, I'm in. All right, I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
Are you going to go out of your way to order a pineapple pizza though? Like if you go to pizzeria, is that going to be the first?
Absolutely
No.
not.
Hell no.
But if it's there,
Hell
I
no.
will eat it. But I will not order it like that.
See, that's why people like Jason McLean need to like be stopped. Because Jason told me one day that he's like, yeah, I actually get cravings for pineapple pizza sometimes. I'll actually go to the pizza shop and order it. I'm like,
He might
really?
be
You know what?
possessed.
I'm gonna order a pineapple pizza next time I get pizza.
He's possessed on the down low.
I think I am, but
Oh Lord.
Man, he did bring something back with him, didn't he? He really did.
Creating chaos by
There's
putting
some holy
pineapple
water
on
going on
pizza.
you.
pineapple and
and
Canadian
you.
bacon are really good together on a pizza.
Oh.
Canadian bacon's good enough by itself without the pineapple.
Or the pizza.
Well, now there's two things you can have all by yourself. You can have chocolate and pineapple pizza.
Hey, villain, I had margarita pizza the other day too. There's actually a margarita pizza.
Yeah.
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 Have you
Yep.
tried buffalo wing pizza?
Yes.
Yeah, I've tried that.
It's
yeah.
okay. I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't order that one either.
Hey, I'll tell you, you don't want to talk about
Krista.
nasty pizzas.
But it's
I will
good.
Oh, there we
I'll
go.
eat pineapple pizza any day before and I know this is going to sound bad, but barbecue pizza.
Here's
Barbecue
Krista.
pizza.
Barbecue
Yes.
pizza.
Or anything with chicken on the pizza. No.
Well, here's Krista chiming in.
No chicken.
She
She's
says, I'm
100% right.
driving, but I have to chime in. Pineapple on pizza is disgusting.
It is disgusting. It's
No.
blasphemous.
No.
Oh,
you,
my
you know,
gosh.
Jason's sitting at home going, twitch,
Yeah.
twitch.
I'm surprised he's not here. You know.
All the way. in
Every time a bite is taken out of a pineapple pizza, an angel cries.
Yes,
Oh.
I agree.
A single feather drops from their wings.
Or dental floss is thrown in my sink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you
That
go.
too,
See?
yeah.
That's why you angered him.
Well,
see,
you know,
CJ
CJ says that she only puts pineapple in her pina colada.
Yeah.
Pineapple,
Or pineapple
pineapple
upside down
itself
cake.
is fine. I got no issue with pineapples.
Mhm.
No issue at all.
I dig some grilled pineapple.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Now, do you
That's
guys
really
guys put mushrooms on your pizza?
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, I love mushrooms on my pizza.
But
I
not
love a
pineapple,
supreme
not
pizza.
Yeah.
I love a supreme pizza
My favorite.
with everything: green olives, black olives, green peppers, onions.
Do you guys like anchovies
No,
on your
no
pizza?
hairy fish on my pizza.
No. Okay.
Ever
No.
had shark pizza?
I'll eat sardines, but I won't eat no anchovies.
Hmm.
What about shark pizza?
Never
Sure.
never heard of it. No.
I don't think fish or chicken do not belong on pizza.
I could kind of agree
I'm
with
just
that.
saying fish. For me, fish doesn't belong on pizza.
Yeah.
I also sometimes think chicken doesn't belong on pizza either. I'm just
But
like,
see, I'm not a big fish taco person
Mm.
either.
Ooh.
oh, I like fish
fried
tacos.
fish.
I haven't had
I mean,
dinner
they're
yet, so
okay,
it's-
but I'm not big on. I wouldn't order those. You know what I mean? If I want a taco, I want the authentic type beef taco.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I want Del
Lobster
Taco.
pizza?
Like
Anyway.
ground.
Talk about sound bites out of a show.
Oh Lord, here we go. Here we go. What now? What did I
I
say
love-
now? Because
I love fish taco.
I love
Yeah.
fish tacos.
I do too.
That's the only type of taco I actually order. I don't order any other type of tacos.
I'm with Brandy on that one. I like fish,
No.
but I don't care for fish tacos. I'd much rather have fried fish and give me Del Taco for my tacos. Okay.
I only order fish tacos. Only.
Well, that once
I
again,
love fish tacos. I
you're a
really
typhoon.
do.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, right. Okay. Anyway, let's get off of food. Y'all are making me hungry.
Yeah, I know. I haven't
Okay.
eaten dinner yet.
quit whining.
That was a big deep. That was a big.
We gotta get off this food.
Brandy loves beef tacos. We got that.
Beef tacos, yes. Beef
Brandy's like, I
tacos.
love beef tacos.
It's got to be more authentic. Just got to have it. Anyway, so back to the hurricane, back to it, the storm, energy. Because of all the tornadoes, the lightning, the rain, the rushing water. What do you think that is going to happen in the state of Florida as this cleanup begins? I mean, we hear of stories where places are haunted, but then you have an uptick in paranormal activity, like if you're doing remodeling or, you're doing construction work or something like that around the house, blah, blah, blah. Do you think that things are going to pick up paranormally speaking in Florida?
Especially if you have a meteorologist being dumped, his ashes being dumped in the middle of a hurricane.
Yeah.
I can't even believe he did that. So, Tex, did you hear about that?
What?
There was a
yeah.
meteorologist who had died about a month ago.
Yeah.
Okay. And he always wanted his ashes to be dumped in a hurricane.
Okay.
So they did it in Milton
Why not?
over Florida. So I'm saying that with all the debris and everything in the air that you're already breathing
Easy, Jay.
in,
Watch your language.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
yeah, please watch your language. Thank you. So, I mean, out of all the things that we're breathing in, insulation, all this other kind of stuff that's tore up. I mean, now we've got human remains that we were breathing in, or they're breathing in. And yeah, ew. That doesn't help.
I don't know. That would be the least of my worries because there ain't by the time it gets. If they're dropping that thing in a Category 5 hurricane, there ain't much left of it anyway.
And it'll
That's
be so
true.
scattered too. But
I'm like well, that's what I said. All you'd have to do is wait for it to come in pretty close to, to land and just stand up on the roof and open the canister and let it fly. You know what I mean? There wouldn't, you wouldn't have had to do much with that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I get that. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. It's not like you can drop them in a tornado or something.
Well,
But he was a senior meteorologist with the Weather Service, and stuff. He was like 71 years old, 72 years old when he passed away, and that was in his will. He wanted to be spread into a hurricane via one of the hurricane hunter planes.
Well, that's a good question. Little Pet came up with a comment. Do you want to put that up for me, somebody, Randy?
Yeah, I got you. The one, just that one.
Yeah. Well, you could have left it up a little longer.
I didn't. I looked at the wrong screen when I did it. So
Oh, okay.
Somebody did it before me, actually. So
Yeah.
I'm quicker on the draw.
yeah,
Yeah.
you stay away from the controls. You're not driving this.
Shade Viking.
Thank
Been a
you,
member
Shade.
for 5 months.
Awesome.
Oh,
Hey,
someone. Oh, wait, hold on.
remember.
Someone left a really cool comment. Let me check out this comment. This guy named Donny Cho Says Stuff says, "Got the urge to drop an F-bomb? Come watch Donny Cho Says Stuff Saturdays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern."
That is true. That is true.
You can say whatever you want to on that show. His guests are
Yeah.
it's definitely
honestly,
mandatory
that's
to
really
say
the only
something
thing
wrong.
that-
Yeah.
It's super encouraged to do it.
I
and
actually
keep it.
expect people to cuss on my show. Actually, when I see people in my chat and they say heck or something, I actually get a little offended.
I know he has to force it out of me every time I'm on there.
Thank you, Shade.
Thank you, Shade.
Thank you, Shade.
Thanks, Shane. Salute.
Yeah, I also wanted to thank Gary while I'm thinking about it. Gary Spikes, before the show, he gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Gary, before I forget.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Gary.
5 new blondes, huh?
5 new booze.
Yeah.
I about to
We
say,
don't-
do we
we
want
don't-
5 new blondes?
Okay, booze. Are we sticking
Yeah.
with booze? Okay.
Well, that's all we got right now.
I would say booze because you don't want 5 more blondes.
So says Randy. I mean, that could get interesting, is all I'm saying, is 5 blondes, please. Could get interesting.
Hey,
Johnny,
sign me up.
I'm coming
Sign
on your
me
show
up.
on
I'm just
Saturday night,
saying.
and I'm coming with nothing but blonde jokes, okay? Just to let you know that.
All right.
All right, so
Yeah, Corey sent me a video the other day. Oh, what?
thank you, Tennessee Ridge
Wow,
Runner.
Tennessee.
Thank you so much.
Did 10
Nice.
podcast
10
membership.
more. Got 10 more booze out there.
Boo.
10 more booze with the hoo-hoos.
Oh my goodness, we can see where this is going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You let him in here.
Yeah.
I didn't let him in. Somebody else let him in.
He let himself in, I think.
They ain't no letting me in. I got a key.
See, I told y'all not to give him those privileges. Dude.
Right. Right.
Corey sent me the video of the mudslide hitting I-40 the other day.
Oh, did
he? Yeah.
The one up in Asheville, around
I
Asheville.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about that. You know, we were talking about just the weird things going around this hurricane that we haven't seen much footage coming out of Florida lately, you know, as of yet.
Yeah.
It's like we're getting certain clips and they keep repeating and repeating and repeating, and that's all we're seeing. Booze who's, I don't know. We're gonna have to think about that. We can't be called the boozers. I'm just saying. There's something wrong with
Y'all
that.
better answer Little Patty. Little Patty gonna get mad at y'all.
Right. I know. I'm getting there. I'm getting sidetracked, but I'm getting there. So I was talking about the uptick in paranormal activity because of all the energy and everything, just from the storm alone. But what, I was going to ask about the, like Bigfoot, Dogman, and the other cryptids that are hanging out in that area. Where do you think they're going, or where do you think they went? I mean,
North.
Do you think that they're finding high ground? But how are you going to find high ground in Florida? There's not high ground.
Well, certainly no caves in Florida.
Krista, and I'm about to bail, so I'm going to let y'all answer this because they can get my opinion if they go back and watch Rob's show this afternoon. Because me, Rob, and Krista had this exact same conversation today on his show.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to say North and Mangroves. That's my opinion. And I'm going to let y'all have it because I got to go to work.
Okay.
That time you did something constructive.
I didn't say I was going to do anything constructive. I'm going to go to work.
Oh, okay, got it.
I'm going to go show up.
All right, Jeff.
Go fix
All right.
something.
Lock in, take a
Have a
nap.
good night. Bye.
I love y'all guys. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
All right.
Later.
So that just makes me, that really makes me wonder about where did they go? Where did they go?
I don't think they're affected by it at all, personally.
I don't think so
Honestly,
either.
I don't think they're
Because
affected at all.
You got other wildlife.
Yeah.
You got other wildlife that manage through it. I mean, you got deer, you got hogs, you got. Well, of course, now you got pythons and you got gators and all that other. But they're used to that. But the deer and such, they survived through it. They knew how to get down wherever they needed to go to survive.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming
like
they
you're
did.
saying, yeah.
The skunk apes and stuff did too.
Because I think animals can pretty much detect it coming
Oh,
a
they
good
sense it for sure.
while away.
Yeah,
No.
because I'm wondering if they're sensing the pressure,
Yeah.
as it builds. You know what I mean? Because you can feel like we do when we go outside, and you're like, "Gosh, it feels like it's going to rain," or you know what? It smells like it's going to snow. I don't know if anybody's had that before, but it's like you can almost smell the snow before it snows. You know what I mean?
You know, you talk about anybody with any kind of arthritis, you know when it's the temperature
Right.
is going to change,
Right.
rain's going to come.
So would they have that sixth sense to say, "Hey, we got a storm coming. We're going to have to move to a proper area." And this is not the first rodeo down there. They know exactly what's going on. So I'm sure that they have their spots where they go. Because this is not something new for them. So
when it comes to like actual paranormal activity, though, like Bigfoot, Dogman, that's a different thing, right? They're out there in the woods. But when we're talking about like hauntings and stuff like that, like if a haunted location gets destroyed in a flood or in a natural disaster, I don't think it increases or decreases the paranormal activity. I think it just kind of disperses it. Like now they show up in random locations. Not that there's more of it, but because that original thing that was containing them is now destroyed and in pieces and all over the place, I think maybe they'll be more random and more spread apart. So they'll be less noticeable.
They're free to leave that area, and they're going to
Okay, but that's just saying that if it's attached to the building. But what if it's attached to the property, is what I'm saying.
Or, okay, so you've watched Dead Files, like I've watched Dead Files, right, Brandy?
Yes.
There were a lot of those episodes where it turns out that it wasn't just the house that was haunted, but the haunting in that house was affecting other houses in the neighborhood. Like periodically people would have random. So it's not this, you start to realize, oh, the hauntings are not about the house itself or the building itself. Maybe it's the property or the land, or maybe it's like a mile radius. Some of those hauntings on that show seem like they were like spread around throughout the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
So if it's something like that with a hurricane, I just feel like it would be more spread out, but probably just less dense. Right?
That's possible. That's possible. Or it could have given these entities, or whatever you want to call them, more strength to have their presence known. So I mean,
with the water and the moisture and the pressure and the humidity.
I'm not going to say Ghostbuster situation where you've got ghosts walking down the street and they're everywhere and blah blah blah. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they may be like a little more active.
Or like the air is more energized.
Yes.
Right.
That everything is energized.
Because like cold spots, the idea of cold spots, they're sucking in the ambient energy out of the environment to power up their whatever apparition, right?
Right.
What if because of the hurricane that air is extra charged up? They might have a little extra juice there,
Right. Especially with the intensity. Especially with like I said, with all the factors with the lightning, with the rain, with the rushing water, the just the electricity. Because I mean, you got to think about how many transformers blew. You just got to think of all this loose energy in one area, that it's all just culminated in one area.
Or like lightning storms. I feel like lightning storms would be more like paranormally charged, because there's just
the electricity.
Well, water's a conductor too. I mean, we can't forget about water.
Everywhere.
Water's a conductor.
Exactly.
So I mean, if you add lightning and water, you're going to have something good happen. I mean, if you're talking about the paranormal, you're going to have something happen, and it just charges everything. And of course, we talk about limestone. Limestone is also one of those key factors that is found in a lot of places that have active hauntings, like really active hauntings. Let me see, the Mineral Wells Hotel that they talk about all the time. There is a river that is actually running underneath the hotel, which there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
A lot of them out there. Even the Haunted Hill House in Texas has one running underneath it.
Yep.
And
underground river.
Yeah, so you have that constant energy going through. So does it surprise me that place is actually as haunted as it is? No, it doesn't. But with this extreme tornado that we're talking about, we're not talking just a regular storm, because we know that Florida has lightning storms too, and a lot of lightning. It's frequent there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that's why a lot of their things are haunted. Like the St. Augustine Lighthouse is a major haunted area that they talk about. I don't even know if you can get in there now. But they say that place is super haunted. That's in St. Augustine, which that's the oldest city in Florida, I think it is.
In the US.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, there's all of that history in St. Augustine itself, and then with everything that happens there, that's just got to be a mecca of ghosts. That just makes me wonder. I mean, say if I put my house in Florida and went through the hurricane, what would my activity be like today? You know what I mean? I think I would be having like things flying around the house and just all kinds of chatter. I think I'd have visitors from everywhere in here today.
Yeah.
I think I already know what Bigfoot and Dogman would do, though, if faced with a hurricane or a tornado. I mean, for me, the answer is pretty simple. They would just go into their interdimensional portals.
Well, some people say that.
It's a pretty effective way, I think, of avoiding a hurricane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Now here's the thing, though, because the reason why I say that is because the question assumes about like what would happen to a Bigfoot or a Dogman, right? The question assumes then that you put them into physical camp, but if they're not into physical camp, right? Then if a hurricane comes along for Bigfoot or Dogman would probably be like, who cares then? I'm not physical, right? I'm supernatural.
I'll just step through here and then be safe.
I'll just phase out of this dimension for a bit and I'll phase back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's
possibly. I mean, if you believe that all of them have that capability.
Let me ask you this: what do you think would happen to the Fae if faced with a hurricane?
Well, I believe the Fae are more on the magical, spiritual side.
Yeah, and there are plenty of people who think Fae and Bigfoot are on like the same, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's very true. That is very true. I'm not saying that. I believe some have capabilities and some don't. I believe, just like people do, that some people have the capability of speaking with spirits and then some don't.
Yeah.
We all have the capability to do so, I believe, but some pursue it, some don't. Some are like, no, I don't believe in ghosts. I'm not going to talk to them. And they kind of shut that down. So I'm wondering if the Bigfoot, community is like that. Like it's like I'm not dealing with all that magic or whatever. I'm just going to deal with the trees and what's here naturally.
Now, conversely, though, I was thinking about this. Conversely, if we just assume that Bigfoot and Dogman are just physical, then even then, a hurricane or a tornado would not matter to them at all. They're too smart for that. For them to have made it this far as physical creatures and gotten away with being cryptids and not being discovered and basically not messing up, they're not gonna get caught by a hurricane. They're way too smart for that.
Yeah,
if they're just physical and for them to have made it like this, they're way too smart for that.
Yeah, I'm sure that there are like places they could have gone, caves, that sort of thing. There's a lot.
Or they probably just left in advance. They're like, "Oh, hurricane's coming next month. I'm going to leave." Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to such and such a place where I can be safe.
Yeah.
I do think that they're well aware of what's coming before we know. It's everybody's leaving us, Donnie.
Yeah, where'd they go?
I know they're just leaving us.
Leaving.
Like, see you
Not
later.
leaving.
Bye.
Oh.
But I don't know. Okay, so when I was in Michigan and I was up there for a conference, and Krista and I have talked about this a couple times on the show, where my little spirit friend came with us. I didn't have any problems, but everybody else had problems with it. I didn't have any problems until I got home. But I'm going to tell you what happened when we were in Michigan, which was, a weather occurrence. We had a blizzard, okay? And we had what's called snow thunder.
Oh,
where it's actually lightning. It's lightning.
It's got a new name, folks.
Snow. So it's lightning through the snow. It's snow thunder. So it was, it happens, not a lot. It's a natural occurrence, but it was a strange anomaly. And with all of that energy going on with the weather, could that have caused an uptick of my little spirit friend bothering everybody?
I mean, I have heard accounts of more paranormal activity picking up during like storms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because that's weird. You have a blizzard, but you're having lightning during the blizzard, which threw out the power.
Yeah.
So, that is strange.
You don't see that every day.
No. But it happens. It's not a lot.
The last time it happened here was in the 80s, and we had like 2 feet of snow on thunderstorm.
Yeah. And did you get thunder during that too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Snow thunder.
Yeah. Yeah. That
crazy.
I had a buddy.
Snow.
I actually had a
Thunder
buddy in
snow.
college.
Snow thunder. I don't know what it is. Thunder snow.
I actually had a buddy in college, and that was his nickname. That brought up
Thunder Snow.
nostalgic. Yeah. Long story.
Sounds like a superhero name.
Yeah.
Snow, thunder, snow. Whatever.
By the way, I like your new name there, Paranormal Paul.
I changed it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I laughed at him when he did. I just didn't say anything.
We should call him Mandy.
Mandy. And my computer just restarted on me, so I don't know what the hell happened.
That's because you were making fun of me.
We're starting to see. Yeah, her friend there is taking it out on you. It sounds like.
Yeah.
So your friend was the one that was throwing stuff in my house.
Probably.
Okay. Pandy.
That might work too.
I don't know. That's okay. Like I said, we've got it all covered.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Asian, American, Swiss, and non-binary.
Yeah. I'm Asian Randy.
I'm American.
No.
Oh, you know what? I just thought about that. I see American Donny. I immediately thought of the Family Guy episode, American Johnny. Yeah. He's American Johnny. Where's American Johnny?
Oh my goodness, guys. I don't even know what to do with this. Well,
have fun with it.
Right. My mind's just twisting around about what these things did. Because we know that that the animals are surviving through this. We know they are.
Yeah.
And they have that sense about their storms coming, and they hunker down in areas which they might be smarter than humans.
Yeah.
They are.
They know how to protect themselves better.
Yeah.
Out in the wild, especially.
Yeah.
Right.
They have to be the masters of it at this point. I can't imagine a Bigfoot getting caught sleeping by a hurricane.
No.
I can't imagine. Could you imagine like a dead Bigfoot like turning up after a hurricane?
That's
Or just seeing
kind of
a
what I was
big-
thinking.
Yeah.
You know,
Or seeing a
something
Bigfoot
float up.
flying through the air.
Yeah.
well,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
caught by a tornado. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
maybe
Right.
there's a reason Bigfoot stays in the actual. I know they're talking about skunk apes down in Florida, but maybe there's a reason Bigfoot actually stays in the mountains. What do you not really see in the mountains? And in those areas like that,
Yeah.
tornadoes.
I mean, because I don't think that they stay in one area. I think that they have to travel around so they don't wipe out their food source.
Right.
I think they're that smart where they're like, hey, we're getting a little low here. We're going to have to move on. You know, we're going to have to find somewhere else that has, you know, more food source available. And so I think that they kind of migrate around.
Yeah, and if their food source is moving away from the hurricanes and tornadoes, then of course
They're going to
Bigfoot's gonna
follow
move.
it.
Yeah,
They're going to
because
follow it.
the natural way animals avoid hurricanes and tornadoes is simply this: they say, "Oh, hurricane tornado over here. Okay, we're going to be over here." That's it, right?
Right. It's
That's
kind of
it,
like
yeah.
if even if they didn't have that sixth sense to leave
Yeah,
because they can feel, you know, the change, but other animals can. That's a proven fact.
yeah,
Maybe they were just following the food source.
yep. I mean, Bigfoot's way too smart for that.
I know they're way too
Yeah.
smart for that. So you know, I'm that would probably be my best guess is they were just following the food. They're like, hey,
Now, you know what
everybody's leaving. We got to
you know
go with the
which-
food.
You know which cryptid I would be interested in seeing how it would do in like a hurricane like that would be like a one of those lake monsters like Loch Ness Monster or what are those famous lake monsters? Like imagine if a hurricane came there and then the water kind of spilled over and they were caught up in the flood and now they're just swimming around in like these cities.
Well, also, do you
That
think
would
that
be
they would
crazy.
be
Yeah.
they would be small enough to be pushed like that? I mean, because they're supposed to be like Nessie and Champ.
Yeah.
You know, those are very big animals. So
Yeah, I mean-
would they be able to be pushed in there, or would they be able to be above the water, swimming around, playing around like it's play date
Hmm.
because they can't be seen?
Yeah.
The weather is so bad
Yeah.
that they can be above water and you wouldn't even be able to see them at all.
I mean, there's nobody
Well,
around.
And think
Yeah,
about something
there's nobody
on-
around.
yeah.
They can't be seen.
Yeah, and think about, you know, like you're talking about with Nessie and stuff. If you talk about in a hurricane, a comparable would be something along the lines of a manatee in Florida.
Yeah.
What happens with the manatees when it rolls through? What do? They don't get to go
Bears.
deep. Yeah. So
They just go to the bottom of what. Well,
Yeah.
and I can attest to what happens with that. I lived in Tampa, and then I lived just north of Tampa. And I used to go to this place called Weeki Wachee Springs all the time because you can go swimming there. It's fresh water. But the problem is that there are manatees and alligators.
Mhm.
So what they have done up there is they have separated them by a fence that goes underwater. So the alligators cannot go across that, you know, because it goes up on land and stuff. So the alligators cannot pass that, nor the manatees can go on the other side. So it keeps each other kind of safe. You know what I mean? The manatees, you can't really get in there and swim with them. You're not allowed to do that, but you sure can be canoeing along or whatever and see them in the water. So that, you know, you just can't get out and play with them and swim and touch them or anything. But there was a hurricane when I lived there. Now that's a long time ago. I'm going to date myself, and I'm not going to date myself. It's about 30 years ago. Let's just say 30 years ago. I was there, and there was a hurricane, and it only hit the Tampa Bay and North Tampa at about a category 1.
Hmm.
Okay. So, but what had happened was it also hit those areas and tore those fences out because it did we had the storm surge and it pulled the fences out. So there was kind of alligators and manatees intermingling, which they did lose, a few of the manatees to that. The manatees got where they shouldn't have been and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, they have that. I mean, the storms can create that kind of chaos. But, I mean, but they lived together before, man came in and said, here's a fence. They know what they're doing in these circumstances. So they're probably hugging up to because they're not deep water. So they're probably hugging up to like as deep as they can get in there to a bank or something else, where they can hold steady through the storm surge. I mean, that's my guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. What does everybody else think? I don't know.
Well, yeah, Rory says they go to the mangroves, so which makes sense.
But then there are certain animals that seem to actually thrive in these hurricane situations, namely alligators, crocodiles, and snakes. Now, here's a problem that people don't realize that comes with these hurricanes in Florida and all the flooding. This is happening when there are a whole bunch of like new invasive species that are quickly getting out of control. And now with this hurricane, all the waterways are connected. You'll see like alligators turning up in random places as if they aren't already in Florida.
Yes, Florida.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're going to have alligators, and now they got crocs swimming out there. I heard now. Like somehow crocs got let loose.
Well, there's American crocodiles too, so.
Yeah, because we were talking about the house that we lived in there, and it was north of Tampa, not far, but north of Tampa, and each street there, like at the back, you have your backyard, and then there's a canal that runs out to the ocean. It's not a big canal, but it is a canal. You can get a small boat out there. But I can't imagine that because we'd end up with alligators in the front yard, the backyard, everywhere coming up those canals.
Man, I would not want to be dealing with alligators, man. I'm so glad I live in a state without alligators.
That was a problem, but the snakes were another.
Yep, that's another thing I'm glad I don't have to live with.
Yeah, because you gotta remember that there was a place called, I mean, you can look it up. It was Lake Jessup, I think is the name of it. Lake Jessup down in that area where when they would catch these alligators, they would take them to Lake Jessup and let them go. Right. They would like relocate them to Lake Jessup. So when the hurricane comes in, guess what? All the flooding, everything, these alligators are making it everywhere super easy. So, I mean, these people are not only dealing with the flooding, they're also dealing with the wildlife they wouldn't normally deal with. Because like I said, you got to worry about the sewage and everything else and these floodwaters and all this other kind of stuff. But you got to remember the alligators and the snakes and the other things that are creepy crawling around too. And it's just very strange, very strange and scary. Yeah. Scary. Yeah. So just saying, they just have a lot to deal with right now over there. That's why I was hoping that Chris Garetano would come on and at least give us a little insight to what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah. Amy brought up a good question. Anybody heard from Ristel? He's down there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's pretty much it.
He actually commented yesterday evening on Facebook. So I haven't heard anything since then. Yeah. So
he was on the show on the chat last night. And I thought I saw him say that the winds were starting to pick up, and I don't remember seeing anything from him.
Well, from the last time we heard from Chris was that the power is going in and out. Yeah. So if you could do anything, it would have to be from the phone. But, with cell phone service, that's kind of spotty.
Yeah. I mean, especially after that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Until they determine the extent of all the damage, because, you got to remember it was statewide, starting with the tornadoes. I mean, the whole state was tore up yesterday. Not just
and
by
Pancho. Pancho says they're reporting more gators in Oklahoma coming up the Arkansas River. But hey, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's a good thing because
They
they'll
can
help
keep it-
control the wild hog population.
Nope.
No?
Nice try, but nope.
No, that's not a thumbs up.
Because most of the hogs don't actually hang around where the gators are going to get them.
Oh, never mind.
Mm-mm. They'll hang up real high on the banks if they've got to get down in there. They'll just go down there for a drink of water if that's all they need. They won't hang out down there. Unfortunately. I don't like the feral hog issue. I think that's just crazy. Because
Yeah.
you know, those things will, like I tell everybody, they will not only kill you, they will eat you. A pig.
Yeah.
It's
It's only fair that we eat them too. So I mean,
Yeah,
don't-
to be fair,
yeah.
we eat way more of them than they.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
And we just use them to like make bodies disappear too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true too. Of course, Randy would mention that. Of course,
Brandy,
Randy.
Brandy, can I just in front of everyone and God, can I make you one promise, Brandy?
Yes.
If you ever get eaten by a pig, I swear to you, I promise to you, I will eat nothing but pork for the rest of my life for revenge.
Okay.
I will eat nothing but pork every
Okay.
meal of every day.
Okay.
You will be
But
avenged.
it can't be the cute little pigs. You have to go
Nothing
after.
but pork. I'm gonna
the
have bacon
feral hog.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah, you have to go after the feral hog.
it's gonna be non-stop Korean barbecue. Yeah,
Okay. Nonstop. I
Yeah,
love me some
nonstop.
Korean barbecue.
yeah.
Just saying.
why don't you like
Nonstop.
feral hog? Wait a second. You can walk up and pet them. They're okay.
Randy,
Where's
don't
Nick
tell
at?
people that. That is not it. Listen, FYI, that was not a public
Yeah.
service announcement. You cannot go pet feral
Yeah,
hogs.
you
I'm
can't.
just saying.
You can only pet the baby ones. The baby ones are very pettable, but once they get past a certain age, they're not pettable. The
All I
baby
can
ones are
say is
pettable.
this.
Yeah,
If you see a hog,
yeah,
get up a
Go the other
tree.
way.
yeah,
Get up a tree, because
yeah.
that's all you can do.
But if you see a baby one, give it a little chase. See where it takes you.
To
Make
the
it
to the
squeal.
mama.
Make it
To the
squeal.
mama.
Real quick
Yeah.
and see what happens.
Yeah, the mama's gonna. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen, and then the chase turns.
If anybody doubts any of that, go watch the movie Old Yeller. Just as you can see the one bit of where he's trying to mark the hogs, the old feral hogs, and see what they do to him and the dog. Okay.
Right.
Hey, Brandy, let me ask you this question: which animal do you fear the most? And don't say humans. Everyone's going to, well, the human. No,
No,
okay,
no,
no.
I'm not gonna say
Animal.
that.
I'm talking about non-human animal. Do you
It
personally fear the most?
can it be an insect, or does it have to be like an animal?
Insect counts. Yeah, it could be an insect.
See, I have two. I
Okay.
think it would be spiders and snakes. I don't like either or.
Spiders
And
and snakes.
I guess it's the spiders because you don't see them till it's too late.
Mhm.
And the same thing with snakes. A lot of the times you can't see them until it's too late.
Those are the ones that put you in panic mode.
Here, like
Okay.
like in my home or around my home, yes, but gosh, things that I've run across, I would say the feral hogs would be the one, because I've run across them. You know, like, you know, I could say a lion, a tiger, a bear, oh my, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I would think a feral hog, because they don't care. They don't care. You could spray them with whatever you want to, pepper spray, bear spray, whatever. They're still coming at you. A bear might be deterred by loud noises or things like that, but them hogs are not. They don't care. They don't give a darn. They don't care. So I guess that would be mine, because they're so brazen, I guess.
I thought feral hogs mostly run away most of the time, though, don't they?
Oh yeah, they're gonna try to get away from you as much as they can.
They're gonna try
Yeah.
first, but if you
Yeah.
run up on them, they don't
You
care.
corner them.
Yeah.
You corner them, you're done.
Mm.
Yeah.
You better figure out a way to get out of there quick.
I will
Yeah,
do my
'cause-
best to not corner a
Yeah.
feral hog.
The only good
Yeah.
thing about the hogs though is you'll hear them before you see them.
Mm.
They're not quiet animals, so you will definitely
Yeah.
hear them.
Hmm.
So there is that. You can hear them. And bears too. Bears are the same way. You can pretty much hear them coming.
Mm.
I don't like spiders and snakes. But
I don't
that
like
ain't
spiders and
what
snakes.
they say.
No, that's my biggest fear here is because when I'm outside here and I'm outside with the dogs in the yard or whatever, everybody knows that I live in a rural area. Snakes are a big thing.
Oh yeah.
They're a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
And of course spiders are a big thing. And field mice are a big thing, but they just gross me out. Field mice just gross me out.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got 5 rats. You want some rats? You
Nope.
don't want some rats?
no.
We're good.
I don't know how I get dumped on with all these animals, but I do.
Right. I mean, you have your drawbacks to living in a rural area, but then you have your benefits too.
Yeah,
There's
you can
a-
take the rats out and let them go.
There's a tree behind my neighbor's house that has several snakes living in it.
See, that's a no-no. Nope, ropes. No
Hmm.
ropes.
Wait. So they're living in the tree?
Mhm.
So are they it sounds like copperheads if they're in a tree.
I guess I haven't seen. I've only seen black snakes around this house.
Mhm.
So
I wouldn't worry about them. They're not that big a deal.
no.
Most likely bull snakes or a rat snake of some sort.
Yeah. Our biggest problem around here is water moccasins.
Mm.
And then we have the rat snakes. We have what they call chicken snakes. It's those white and black ones. Gardener snakes, those things. I just kind of go on. I brush them off, take them with a shovel. They get mad and everything, try to bite me or whatever, but I just shovel them off somewhere. But yeah, I mean, water moccasins are our biggest problem because they travel the ditches from the farmers.
Mhm.
When they use their irrigation systems during the summer, they travel down those. So
Mm.
there is that problem.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, we don't get that here. So
How would you? I mean, I'm sure none of us have ever been around like a cobra or a black mamba, but like,
yeah.
if you ever were to face something like that, how do you think your reaction
Cobra?
would be?
Cobra's relatively easy, honestly, compared to other snakes, because the way they strike, they come up and then they kind of fall into it.
Oh man, I don't know. If I saw a cobra though, I'd scream
Yeah.
like a girl and try to run out, panic out the
I've
room.
seen
Yeah,
several
that would
Egyptian
be me too.
cobras and stuff from the deserts in Saudi and stuff. The Egyptian cobras are everywhere, but once again, they're not going to come after you or anything. If you corner them, they might come up, but you got to be careful because the Egyptian cobras. Also
I don't know,
spit.
man. I saw this one Jeff Corbin episode where it looked like that cobra was like chasing him down.
He's
I mean,
probably
that thing was
in the
climbing
Egyptian-
up the tree to try to
wow.
get at him, and I was like, I don't think so. I'm not messing with that.
Paul, what are you scared of?
My hangry wife.
Okay.
Oh
we said
no,
you can't say
non-human. I
anybody
said
human.
non-human. No, that's the
Nothing
rule.
human.
When
Non-human.
she's hangry, she's not really human.
Yeah, but I said she's not human then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the scariest thing that I've run into is maybe a grizzly that was pretty close to me, and I mean, I wouldn't want to get anywhere near it. And it was we were in Colorado going on a trail, and we saw it just kind of move right up about in front of our camper, and we had our dog with us, and we kind of just yanked her back in.
Yeah, because a grizzly is huge.
Yeah,
Huge.
yeah, and seeing that thing in person walking up that trail is just massive. I'm like, that thing could just destroy you in a heartbeat. And
yeah, if I ever saw a grizzly or a Kodiak bear, I would just be frozen in fear.
Yeah,
just frozen.
The spiders, they don't really bug me too much, but yeah, I would say bears. And we don't have many bears around here. Actually,
Well, they're
do.
making
you
a
get black
comeback.
bears.
They're making a comeback.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised. They're
Yeah.
making a comeback
Yeah,
because we talked about it in the state of Missouri
Yeah.
where they've released the elk. They've released a new population in and around my area, and we're seeing animals in this area that we haven't seen in a very long time, such as
Really?
cougars and the black bears.
Yeah.
They've not been in this area, but they're coming in because of the food source.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's
So-
been a few black bears sightings around where I live.
Yeah,
Actually,
like I said,
even
don't be
closer to the
surprised if you
city.
see
Closer
more.
to the city, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be good news for our Bigfoot friends and our
Food source.
it's a food source they're reintroducing. So I mean, is that a good idea? Well, I think it is, because I think we're taking over too much and doing away with so many animal species within the area. We're pushing them out, and we need to really bring them back in.
Mm.
But again, is this going to bring an uptick in Bigfoot activity in the area due to the fact is we're bringing in the food source?
That would
I
be
would think
interesting
so.
to see how the sightings have changed.
Yeah, because this is not going to be like you can go out one night and investigate and find out. This is going to have to be investigated over years to find out if the activity is going up because of adding this new food source back into the the ecosystem here.
Yeah. Now, here's another side effect of that, though. Like earlier, we were talking about like all the Bigfoot and Dogman being dispersed or having to move because of these storms, right?
Right.
What if, because of them moving, there's a sighting of them in a location where they normally wouldn't be, but because they were migrating away, now there's a sighting. But because of that one sighting, all of a sudden, all these investigators and these people are like, "Oh, this was a famous spot where this thing was spotted," even though it was just passing through. But now this spot is known as that Bigfoot spot, right?
I think it's just like everything else. Like, we've talked about the Lake Worth monster, right?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say, the Lake Worth
time,
monster. Yeah.
And then everyone started going out there trying to see if they could see this thing, and they haven't seen anything since.
Actually, when I had Jason show me the Lake Worth location and he was telling me about the Lake Worth monster story, I was like, yo, take me to the spot where he actually got spotted, right? All right. And then he was like, well, I can't. He drove me by. Why? It's all developed now. Well, obviously that's why you don't see the Lake Worth monster there anymore. It's all like condos now. So,
and that's probably not that it would go to condos or anything, but I think if a one-time sighting and then everybody would rush out there, well, they've moved on since then.
Yeah,
they were there
passing through.
Yeah, it was only for a circumstance that they had to be there. It wasn't because that's where they wanted to be. That's where they had to be, and then they'll eventually go back to where they're where they're good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just something to ponder on, something to think about. But with that, everybody, we're at the end of the show. We're at 1 hour and 38 minutes right now.
Oh, isn't going a while.
Yeah, and I've enjoyed it. And I thank everybody for coming in and talking with us. Again, we hope that everybody is well in Florida. We wish you all the best, and we're sending our prayers. So tomorrow night on Blondes and Booze, it is going to be Tex and Bigfoot Michigan Rob taking over the channel. I think they're calling it Frenzy Friday or Friday Frenzy or
Friend Zone Friday.
Friends
on Friday.
I can't. Friday Frenzy or something. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever it is, but it's the last football game of last home football game of the season for our school here. So I'm gonna go watch the game, and then I will be back, of course. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central. Tune in Saturday at 7 o'clock for Paranormal Paul and his show. What do you got going on, Paul?
I got a pre-recorded episode because I will be at a band competition Saturday night of Greg Ogles came on, and we had a
all right. So we have that going on. We have Donny show at 8:30. What you got, Donny?
This Saturday, I will be explaining the truth about the extraterrestrial races, primarily the Arcturians, their agenda, their motivations, and why they are here to help all of mankind.
Well, that's a very deep subject.
Nice.
Very deep. Okay.
Nice.
Don't forget Bigfoot Michigan Rob and his late show with the gals comes on at 11 p.m. Central. And then we haven't decided what we're doing for Truth or Tinfoil on Sunday.
Nah, I gotta sit there and look at some of the stuff. I got so much in reserve that I'm like, maybe I'll just throw something together on that.
There you go. There you go. So from Swiss Miss, Asian Randy, American Donny, and Male Brandy, good night, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.